Last time on True Bedrock, we started a secret underground society below the community shopping district of the server, of zombies living in the sewers. And today I plan on expanding our secret zombie family with one of the most dangerous monsters in the current Minecraft. Technically this was your idea, guys, like, you wrote the comment that inspired this video. Now last episode a lot of you really enjoyed the black market and, well, I can't blame you, I also like it a lot. I've tweaked a few things here and there, and now I even expanded it to more wood types. So, on top of dark spruce and regular spruce, we're actually selling dry spruce, which is oak, gray spruce, which is acacia, and of course, awful spruce, which is birch. We also have a new merchant in here because, well, I just didn't like how on the drowned the gold helmet kept glitching through the head skin, and obviously the way the golden helmet is glitching through the head skin on the zombie villager is much better. But today we will be taking this to the next level and expanding our black market into the full-on sewer system under the shopping district. I already have prepared a couple more zombies who, are very specific about personal space, okay? They are very particular about it. Especially this one with the sword. Yeah, I didn't want to have anyone who could, like, really hurt the visitors, obviously, but unfortunately this particular guy decided to pick up a block of dirt. And if you don't know this, the zombies, like, they do have a particular priority list for what they're gonna pick up over what, and weapons are kind of at the top. So if you have a zombie that you don't want to be holding like a block of something, you can always just give them a weapon, and congrats, you now have a zombie with a weapon. The block is no longer your biggest concern. Anyhow, I have already started planning out what I want this area to kind of look like, and obviously this is gonna be sewers kind of primarily. And unfortunately, yeah, this kind of a tunnel design I don't think is gonna work on this scale at which we're working. This stretch of the road that we're working under is just not long enough for the entire thing to really read as sewers, which is why we're also will be expanding that all the way somewhere down there. I think that if we just dig under here, all we have here on either side is our meeting space. So I don't think that the stall is gonna be digging into the ground to expand or anything. I think it's fine if we take this area out, which again is not something we would have to ask for permission for if I just was mayor, a concept that everybody else is really excited about. But unfortunately I have discovered that they simply, you know, to become the mayor of True Bedrock, I would first need to install an entire electoral college. I'm not gonna do that. Honestly, I think it would be easier to just declare myself the king of the place, and you don't vote for the king, so I wouldn't even have to, you know, actually settle my disagreements with the many people whose bases I pranked. Regardless, today I want to expand my wood shop, and if I want to expand my wood shop, I need more wood types. There's still all the, you know, nether spruce, there's still sideways spruce, there's still Asian spruce, and of course, there is mangrove. The Mandubi Grove. And I actually have a very significant side quest in the mangrove biome anyway, because you see, last episode I told you that, hey, I wouldn't mind doing something really fun with one of the bogged, you know, the new mob that they introduced just for this update, which poisons you when it shoots you. And then I got this comment saying that we should just put the bogged into a soup. And I really like that idea. I think it would be very funny. So I want today to not only go to the mangrove biome and just kind of decimate the, you know, the ecosystem, but also I absolutely would love to return with my very own bogged skeleton to put into the soup, because, like, of course we're gonna put him in the soup. I got my name tag, I got something resembling an anvil, I got my axe, and if I can find at least one empty shulker box in this household, then I should be golden. Let's go grab ourselves a bogged skeleton. I cannot emphasize this enough. They shoot poisoned arrows at you. There's no universe where this doesn't end badly immediately. Here it comes! Actually, no, that's not the biome we're looking for. The one we're looking for is even further. Oh, here it comes! No, this one's too small. There it is. Absolutely massive. filled with frogs, skeletons, and of course, the man who growth. Naturally, I could just, farm out these trees back home, but that would require bone meal, and also I really don't want to have to clean up all the roots and all of the leaves, because mangrove is just notorious for generating however it flippin' feels like, except in a way where, it is convenient to actually chop down. Well, it's finally getting dark, and outside of some heavily breakdancing fish, I really struggle to see any bogged skeletons, walking around. Never mind, there's one. Oh, cool, wonderful, great, amazing. Hi, friend. And bye, friend, I guess. You are being set on fire. Yeah, this is a whole thing, actually. Even now that we found a skelly like this. Yep, cool, wonderful. It is... Oh, there's two of them. One... Great. These skeletons do actually have like a lowered fire rate from what I can tell. Because I, as a person who died to skeletons one too many times, I know exactly the fire rate at which they're firing at me. Bringing a skeleton home and over so much ground is not gonna be easy. We can't just trap it in a boat and drag with me. I will need him to follow me. But skeletons don't quite follow players. They do chase them if they can't really aim at them, but they also kind of it's unreliable. They try to strafe you first and foremost. Which is why I'm gonna try and use that exact trick that I showed you in the beginning of the video. Ow! Stop it! That guy was actually our best bet at like getting a skeleton that can pick up stuff, but oh well. Right, no, stay in the water, buddy. And here we go. Grab it. This is actually pivotal because, again, I want this skeleton to be in a pot. I don't want the skeleton to actually hurt anyone, which is why I'm giving it a weapon. Yes, I know, I'm contradictory that way. It's called duality of man. But the trick is that skeletons can actually pick up weapons, and not just bows either. They would prioritize an enchanted bow over their unenchanted one, but they also are not above grabbing a sword if you give them one. The trouble is that naturally on Bedrock Edition, the monsters generally try to not pick up anything unless they are not already targeting you, which is why we need this fella to get in a hole. Yep. How? Wait, are you all... can you swim? Doesn't seem like it. I guess he just stepped over that pit. But I think it wouldn't hurt if first and foremost we at least made sure that he can't escape us by trapping him in a boat. Can it be a sunken one? Oh no, nope. You better be worth it, my man. All I'm saying. And he blew up. Wonderful. Back to harvesting mangrove, I guess. And of course, I have to clarify that after I become king, I probably will get myself some sort of a wood farm, because I heard Silent say that this is possible actually to automatically farm mangrove. And mind you, I wouldn't even take the wood shop on the server this season if Mojang hasn't changed one particular thing about the game. You see, it used to be on Bedrock Edition, not on Java, not for a long time, that TNT doesn't blow up everything that it blows up. Like, it destroys the blocks, but they don't drop as items. And now, starting this update, that is no longer the case. If you blow something up, you actually get all the blocks that you've earned. It would be possible to make a TNT-powered tree farm, and it probably would be nicer than having to chop it all by hand. That's all I'm saying. But then it's me, so I probably would add like 5 Ravagers into the system somehow anyway. Okay, buddy, wow me. Ugh. As long as it picks up that sword, it earns its stay, which I mean literally, because then it won't be able to despawn. Though judging by, still arrows kind of going my way, I'm pretty sure that, yeah, the boy is very much focused on me. Honestly, after I found out that there will be just skeletons that poison you, an enemy that applies more or less one of the most deadly effects in the entire game on distance, I thought that Mangrove Swamps would become incredibly deadly, but so far, I've not had any trouble. I think it's because the skeletons just don't spawn that often in the first place, but then also the trees just won't let them shoot as much. Are you a sword boy yet? You are! Ooh, that is fascinating. And it's fascinating for like more than one reason, okay? Check this out. Now, I'm wearing all diamond, so I think I'm gonna be fine if I go hug him. Hello, friend. Yep, there you go. And see what happened? I didn't actually get the poison effect. Now, I was very curious about that. I was very curious about what's gonna happen if a skeleton with a, with a sword will try to attack me. Will it just apply poison effect anyway? And apparently it doesn't. It instead just gives you slowness for some bizarre reason. I don't know what the logic here is. Maybe the game is just now kind of confused and going, this is a stray, obviously. But I'll take it. I don't want to have a skeleton with a sword and poison effect chase me for 2000 blocks before we get home. You stay here, buddy. I'm just gonna grab the coordinates of yours. And yeah, I have a shulker box and a half still to fill in. This is gonna take a while, just... Okay, we got a full shulker box of blood spruce over here. And I don't think I have it in me to get a second one. This is kind of very hard to fiddle with. I do have, however, 58 mangrove purplegills just chilling in my inventory, and I wasn't even trying to collect them, so I think I'll fine. If anything, I will absolutely just farm up more mangrove back home. The trouble is that we're 3000 blocks away from the home itself now, and with everyone currently online, I really don't think that I'll be able to convince them to skip the night just so I can drag my skeleton the extra couple thousand blocks. Wherever you are, buddy, just stay put. One day I'll come back and maybe grab you back. In the meantime, let's try and pick up a skeleton from one of those two swamps that we found that were much closer to the spawn. I only have 2 firework rockets. I will have to walk most of the way home anyway. Okay, so here's a shulker box of mangrove. And, okay, this is the funniest thing ever. Somebody's been buying spruce for 2 diamonds this entire time. And not only that, but since I last checked, there were 3 more sales. Why? Please, I'm begging you, go into the secret passage. I know you probably don't know where the key to it is, but like... Also, I should definitely get another chest. I just now realize. Yeah, because getting back and forth through the secret passage is gonna be such a headache. Everyone's gonna be so upset. Hey, we got one! We got one! How do I not have a boat on me? No, don't get set on fire! No! This is actually also very funny because, look at that. They misaligned the skeleton. I don't know how they managed to, but they somehow ended up putting the skeleton into the boat here, but like full half a slab taller, which I guess I will have to adjust for later when I'm trying to put him into a cauldron. But until then, please pick up the sword. I need you to not shoot me all the entire way from here. Yeah, even without actually targeting me, this guy can't pick up things, so we will need a new one. And at this point, I really am wondering, just looking around at what the mangrove swamps are, and thinking, I wonder if just covering this up with blocks would create shade and cause the skeletons to spawn. Because that's kind of how strays work in icy biomes. You can't even get any other mobs. Here though, I'm pretty sure this biome is actually already claimed by someone, so I can't really just tune it into a mob farm, much as it would be very funny to have unlimited poisonous arrows. Though I think there is actually another place in the game where we can reliably get skeletons to spawn, and particularly bogged skeletons to spawn. In a much more controlled environment. In some corridors even. In a chamber, you might even say. Yeah, so bogged skeletons do spawn in trial chambers. That's a thing. That's a thing that I did not know about, and that's a thing that I'm just straight up fearing. But, unfortunately, there isn't a trial chamber under the spawn town. There are 3 trial chambers under the spawn town. So I'm gonna go fetch Liara and basically go and try and snag one from the below. I am dreading explaining to her what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, but I hope she helps. Well, if it isn't the most successful businesswoman on the server.
Why, thank you for noticing. It kind of helps when you get a weak head start on everybody else even owning a shop.
You're the person who basically picked out the seed for this server?
Yes.
I need you to point me towards the direction of the nearest trial chamber, because I want myself a Bogged Skeleton.
There's one kind of near the church over there.
Well, that's a catacomb waiting to happen. Wow.
By my calculations, if we want to staircase down to this, we want to start somewhere around here and head straight that way.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, the plant staircase might not be working.
I mean, we could staircase from.
It's 90 blocks.
Well, you're at the right level now, then at least. Oh, I have wings on. What am I being a coward for? But the chamber should be right under our feet at the moment.
Ooh.
So. Eh?
Oh, look, there's someone's already did this.
Oh, don't, here, I'm gonna put a bed down up here first, real quick.
Oh, good call.
Or should I put one down there?
I mean, I do have a bed, so I'm just gonna do it anyway.
Okay. Oh, apparently it's nighttime.
Yep. I too found that out.
Okay, that appears to be our bogged skeleton one over there in the corner.
Ooh. Oh yeah, you're right. It does have some mushrooms right next to it. This is going
a breeze appears to have activated somewhere.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Oh, sorry.
Yep, thanks. Like, the excuse that I look like a zombie doesn't work if, like, we're not.
I was mid-swing when you walked into my way, okay?
Yeah,
you can check the
definitely
footage.
What happened. Now, here's a problem. Not only do I need a bogged who doesn't have any armor on, I also need one that, like, has an ability to pick things up. Alright, I believe we got a naked boy. Now, can the naked boy... Oh my god, yes! I think we got him! We got him! Okay, we got the naked boy. I'm gonna rename it immediately, just in case. This is huge! This is big! Now, how do we evacuate you out of here?
Like I said, I did bring stuff for minecarts. We could,
I did bring a boat. And 5 leads, so... That is also an option, but the trick about skeletons, and specifically skeletons who just picked up a sword, is you don't need a minecart. They already are gonna chase you.
Okay, so we just staircasing up out of here then, I guess.
You know how normal people are like, hey, I would love to go and beat a trial chamber, get a mace out of the entire process, all that. And I'm like, haha, skeleton go brr.
It is a funny looking skeleton, but what do you want it for anyway? What do you want it for anyway?
Well, more or less I'm gonna put him in a soup.
Okay, yeah, that tracks. That tracks.
I'm going to attempt the evacuation of the boy. Ow.
Of course, if he falls off this, we're screwed, which is why I suggested the... Oh.
Ow! How? How? What?
I don't know, but it was funny.
The physics are not physicking. Okay, onwards, Buttercup.
I want to onwards, but now I can't find where my...
Hi, run!
Ended.
Run! Run! Run!
Do you have another boat? Okay, you do have a boat.
I have the same boat. It's almost as good. Do I have the skeleton yet? Yep, he gave up. Oh, shoot. Ah! Ah!
You lived!
I lived! Oh my god, what happened? Is he in a boat?
Nope, he seems to be stuck under the boat.
That was the most nerve-wracking thing. Because for a moment there I was convinced that not only am I gonna die, but also the the skeleton is gonna launch itself off of a cliff. Oh my god, yes! Surface! Oh, it's nice watching him chase somebody else for once. That's fascinating.
Well,
Oh, nope, back to me, back
there's
to
a
me.
lot of spiders up here. Never mind. Oh, he's after me again.
You know, I really don't
Oh.
give you enough credit for just being up for this stupidity. Just, you know,
Listen, I'm just like, well, yeah, now I want to see what nonsense he's up to, so yeah, let's go.
it's fairly harmful, like, relatively. Harmless. It's very harmless, relatively, is what I meant to say. Okay. Alright, how do I get you into where I want you to get? Get in.
What?
Ow. Bye! Is he dead?
Oh, you've got a whole collection down there. No, he's alive.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you for your service. I'd say I owe you a big one, but you do know it. You already have an IOU. So,
Yes, I do. You know, I should have charged for this too, but
I mean, here's a diamond.
My inventory's full.
Well, thanks for your help. Oh, shoot!
What?
Oh, no! Ah! How am I missing with every block? Oh. Well, thanks.
You're welcome.
Hold on,
So
what?
what kind of sewers are you building down here?
The best kind. You're gonna love it, I promise. Once it's done, and also once you figure out how to get in here. No, hold up. There is a proper exit.
Wait a second.
What?
Oh, that's where. Okay, I knew you were up to some kind of nonsense with this. Please tell me that I don't have to do your parkour to get into your shop.
I mean, as far as spoilers are concerned, I think it is safe to say no. You do not have to do my parkour to get into this shop. In fact.
Oh, thank goodness. Oh, thank goodness.
Okay, this guy got... You, my sir, my gentleman, are a very hard man to get. However, get in the soup. If you thought that this entire time I was joking about me going to just put him in the soup, that was canonically the whole motivation for me to get his bony butt. Turns out you can very easily glitch... Well, you can very easily glitch materials into anything very much using pistons, but turns out that because of how these mobs sit in their thing and whatnot, it is pretty simple to arrange them into a cauldron as long as you can place a piston properly, you know, like a normal person. How am I not getting this? Ow, ow. It looks hilarious and it's gonna be worth it, I promise. Krchungus. And I absolutely bet that you are wondering, well, Sloy, if you're gonna put him into a cauldron, why all of a sudden are you putting the hopper in there as well? And that's a surprise tool that's gonna help us later. The boy is cauldroned pretty successfully. The raft, which I'm using down here in the first place, already does make a mob that's sitting in a raft sit a tiny bit higher than it would in a boat. But then also the extra height that, you know, the bogged have for whatever reason when they're sitting in a boat also helps a lot in here. So I'm just gonna nudge him a tiny bit backwards. Oh wow, that is way more efficient. I should have been just nudging him this entire time. Look at that! He looks ridiculous, and I love it. Also, and this is something I absolutely did not expect, I can just put slabs around this raft and nothing happens. Usually with a boat I would have to glitch them through using the pistons again, but here I'm just slabbing left and right and it's fine. Can't slab down here though because the skeleton's in the way, but still. And now the finishing touch. There we go. The bogged has become the souped. Again, he looks so annoyed at me, it's hilarious. And really just the mushrooms on the head add so much. My guy is getting mushroom stewed. It's amazing. Okay, now what would also be perfect is now if I could get a zombie with a shovel. Standing right next to the guy, holding basically a ladle. Yep, did not work. That nitwit does not pick up anything. Luckily, I already have a friend with a bone that I kind of saved up specifically for this reason. There you go, now we have the cook. I intentionally put the white hat, like a chef hat, and, you know, some pantaloons to resemble an apron onto this boy. It does kind of look like he's cooking the friend. And the friend himself needs to be renamed as well, but I don't think I have a name tag in here. And also I need to think really hard about what I am naming him, because, well, there are shenanigans afoot. Also I managed to glitch out the number 1 out of the sign somehow. It's hilarious. I don't know how I did it. I wish I could do this on purpose. Oh, and also this is actually the, you know, the Blood Spruce shop, which I consider an absolutely amazing name for Mangrove, frankly, so I will be keeping it. I am seriously at a point where I should be buying the name tags just in bulk. The amount of things I'm renaming and renaming over for this project is kind of ridiculous. Now here's why I really need to think hard about what to rename our Bone Bro into. I actually wanted this entire instance to be part of a separate tiny quest line. The plot very much is that, yes, the boy is cooking the boy, and as you approach, he's just like, it's not borshin right. And you're like, what? I don't... What? And the thing here is that, obviously, the reason it's not borshin right is because he's not doing the borscht right. And if you never had it, honestly, I wish you did, because it can be made in a variety of ways, and it is pretty delicious. So here's my idea. We will rename the skeleton itself to be saying needs more something. And the thing here is that the something that it needs, it's pretty obvious to anyone who ever like had borscht, because borscht is distinctly powerfully red, and this guy is having a soup that's distinctly green. But it is the hint that what you need to do is you need to grab a beetroot and score a slam dunk into the hopper under the pot. The hopper picks it up under the pot secretly. And then I'm gonna install an item filter so that if something is coming through and it's not a beetroot, that just gets discarded. But if something is coming through and it is a beetroot, then the player is rewarded with this item here. Now, obviously, I am gonna rename this into dubious soup. Which is only 1 degree of separation from suspicious stew. And I'm very sad that I can't actually just use a suspicious stew for this, because it would be hilarious if like you walk up, you give him a beetroot, and the system gives you as a reward a suspicious stew that just poisons you. Because botulism. But unfortunately, whichever, we can't really use a soup, because that's the thing. Suspicious stew, or stew in general, does not stack together, which not only makes it painfully unusable for anything, but also that means that we can't actually use it in an item filter later into the game. And I really want the dubious soup to come up somewhere later, somewhere else, where you have to where you have to go down here, give the boy the beetroot, get your suspicious soup, and then go feed it to somebody else. I think that would be a very funny way of utilizing all the materials present here. And I obviously need more of dubious soup, which, yeah, obviously is just a honey bottle, which is unfortunately one of the few soup-like things that stuck. I get it, borscht is not supposed to be yellow, but then again, it's not supposed to be made with mushrooms either, so... I mean, we scoured the internet, we did find a borscht that does get made with mushrooms. It's just not how I ever had it, so that's something for me to try, I guess, sometime. So here's the gist of it. You discover these boys just kind of chilling, and you figure out that the reason it's not borscht right is because, well, it needs to be red. So you throw in the beetroot, get a ding, and get a piece of dubious soup out of the dropper. Wonderful. Except I still need to cover up the dropper, so, you know, nobody can tell that it's there. Also, I made it so that, like, if you drop a material that's, like, not supposed to be there, it does give it back. So, if somebody drops their something by accident, it should immediately return, no problem. So now I just need to waterlog this whole tunnel and pretty much finish decorating the entire place. I like the idea of putting more of these NPCs just kind of standing there for no particular reason, having flavor text. But unfortunately, trapping them in a way where it's not super conspicuous is gonna be a kind of a challenge. Although I did realize just now that just having one of these two on a boat in the channel down here would be pretty hilarious. So I guess I'm gonna have to try and wrangle one of them into doing that. Come on, bud. Oh, crap. Can I even place this? Is that a thing I can do? Oh yeah, check this out. They can't actually get out of the channel either. I don't know what's about it, but something is tricking these zombies that they can't do this jump. And, like, obviously they can. So, no. This is actually a really helpful little bit of separation. Hold up, I should give you a chest bolt. On the other hand, technically, if he can't get out of there, I can just trap him down there forever. And he won't bother any of the customers. Here you go, we have now accomplished the worst of the traveling merchants. You can actually access the bot with chest from here. Which I think is pretty hilarious. Yeah, this looks populated, to say the least. I like how many NPCs I ended up fitting in here, especially, you know, with the kitchen and whatnot. And that's actually another thing. I given this zombie over here with the sword a kind of an anvil to imply that that's why he's, like, holding a sword. He's, like, the local blacksmith or whatever. But I also was considering maybe I should move the shop with the blood spruce to here, so that people don't have to, you know, risk getting hit by the bogged and the zombie and everything. Except I really don't want to do that, because I do think that I want to drag the players in here to get interested in the, you know, what's going on with these two. Because, well, just the visual might look like simply decoration. But hey, if they actually have a reason to come here, you know, to buy the mangrove, then they will probably check them out and actually get thinking, I wonder if these droppers do anything. But I did promise you to expand the sewers into general dataway, and well, I am a man of my word. So I'm just gonna grab this map and very carefully carve out exact amount of distance to reach the kind of middle circle down there. Now, me even having this map is actually very, very important, because you see, in the previous seasons, you might have noted we haven't had maps for a while. And that is absolutely intentional. Maps have been notorious for one interesting thing. We don't been known that there's only a certain size of a world that a Minecraft Bedrock Edition server can handle. And at some point we found out that yes, maps count as, like, actually existing borderline JPEG files within the server network. As a result, when we found that out, we decided to unilaterally to just ban maps on Truly Bedrock, and we haven't had any for quite a while now. Now, however, we kind of dug deeper into the issue and realized that that was kind of silly, and, you know, having just a couple maps, as long as we don't map out an entire whole world, is actually going to be perfectly fine. But that, if you know me, means way more than me knowing where I am. Because you see, maps in Minecraft display areas with blocks on them. And I can put blocks wherever I want. Meaning that if I would want to build a giant horizontal pixel art of Smurf with the words "wanted dead or alive" on it, well, I sure can do that. And then grab a map of that area and essentially have a custom texture that I've built in Minecraft in my hand. Long story short, map pixel arts are back, baby! And I think we successfully reached the community center little square that is actually a circle. Now, while this tunnel is really, really nice, I don't actually plan on making it as detailed as that one just yet. I simply don't have enough shops and enough wood to make that a reality. But I did want to establish at least a couple things. One, I want to drop it by one block to create an illusion of actual water flow within the sewer. And two, because mobs aren't gonna spawn on, you know, slabs in the first place, but also extra not gonna spawn on waterlogged slabs, I'm just going to cover this in waterlogged slabs as a kind of a sewage tunnel and leave it perfectly dark and perfectly, like, unseemly. That is actually how sewers more or less are. They are not supposed to be this spacious, like, spacious enough for people to live in them. Apparently, sewers mostly are just one teeny tiny tunnel, if that, with a tiny catwalk as well. It makes sense, but unfortunately it doesn't help with the narrative I'm trying to string together here, so... You know how it is, I'm a little bit upset with the realism of this. But then again, real sewers don't have zombies in them, I hope, so... I think we can be forgiven for a few creative liberties. Another thing is that, well, there is not a single toilet or a single sink in the entire city, so it's not entirely clear what these sewers are doing in the first place. Seriously, at this rate, the only function of these sewers is specifically to house zombies, which I am perfectly fine with. Which, you know, valid, we do need to put zombies somewhere. Also, I say all that, but there's apparently a giant network of tunnels under Paris and London, so... You know, what do I know? There's no giant network of tunnels under the city I live in, I think. Yeah, I'm definitely putting something down there, but for now, this will absolutely suffice. Okay, that's not true. I need to put something in here, just in case somebody does in fact decide to explore all the way here. Nosy one, aren't you? Behold, game design. And that's what this entire project at this point feels like. At some point, it stopped being a shop for wood on a Minecraft server and became an underground MMORPG for my server mates. Or at least that's what I hope it's gonna become, because so far, we ain't got any players. But with how creative and also curious everyone on the server is, that is a temporary issue. In the meantime, I really need to put the swooping of the bogged comment back into the comment library. Nobody actually claimed any, so I am just gonna grab the very first one and be a jerk. Congratulations, Scott Nothing! You are now part of the True Bedrock, well, map, if not history. And if you want your comments in the True Bedrock map, if not history, then please do leave them down below in the comment section. I am always looking forward to ideas and feedback concerning this project specifically, because, well, as you can tell, quite a bit rides on it. I've put so much effort into it. I want this to be as good as possible. And I'm sure together we can make it even more fun. But with that, I'm gonna have to say goodbye, so thank you everybody so much for watching. This has been SloyXP, this has been True Bedrock, to be continued. Have a good one, bye bye.